Hello and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. This is Season 5, Round 3. I'm Odd Thought, and I'll be your host for tonight's matchup between Division B East teams, the blue team, and 1 + 1 = Pain. The blue team entering tonight's match from 5th place with an 8-4 record and 3 dominations. Dominations are if you win a 2-game set, 2-0. Meanwhile, 1 + 1 = Pain is the 6th place team currently in Division B East with a 9-5 record and 2 dominations. So it's 5th place versus 6th place in Division B East. Should be a nice, close matchup. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be entering the first game's draft shortly, as we are finishing up building the lobby. So I hope everyone out there is doing well. I guess we could talk a little bit about map bans while we're on my intro screen here. Blue team, captained by Snaganonis, banned out Braxis Holdout, so we won't be playing on that map. Second map ban, chosen by Captain Tempest for 1 + 1 = Pain, was Infernal Shrines. Still not quite ready here, still waiting for one player perhaps. Let's go ahead and look at some stats as we wait for this lobby to fill in and round out. Blue team will be in the blue on the left side of your screen, which is pretty convenient. 1 + 1 = Pain will be the red team on the right. Let's just take a look at some numbers here and some lineups with potential heroes that we might see tonight. And it looks like both captains are... Oop, no, not ready. I thought both captains were ready, but we're not ready. It gives us a little more time to look at the rosters here. Have the players sorted by KDA, just in case you're curious about that sort of thing. Looking for some unusual picks. It looks like the blue team runs some interesting picks here and there. I see a Zagara. Might have a Zagara crop up. And what about that Medivh on Narina? So that could be cool. Does look like we finally have both captains ready. So why don't we hop into game 1? And hello once again, I am Odd Thought, your host for this, it's not best two, but 2-game match. You get 1 point per win. You get 2 wins, it's called a domination. And we're starting everything off with Battlefield of Eternity. As I said in the intro, that map was picked by the blue team, which means 1 + 1 = pain. On the right side of your screen, we'll have first hero ban and pick. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for your patience in the lead up, but we're into it now. So let's see how we will start here. We had a little peek at some possibilities. I did notice a Urel in those rosters, so that's our first ban of the evening. 1 + 1 = pain, shaping the solo lane with that ban, perhaps. Urel, well known as a solo laner. She's also quite peevish with her kit. And we see a Hanzo ban. That's fairly typical on this map. Hanzo's really good at PvE and burning down immortals, so bye-bye Hanzo. In case you're just joining us, I'll say once more, this is Division B East game. We're in round 3 of Season 5 of the Nexus Gaming series. Second ban out of 1 + 1 = pain goes to White Mane. Pretty universally respected healer there, so not too shocking of a ban. White Mane is sitting at, looks like, just shy of 30% win rate though in Division B East, so she's in about 50% of games as a pick or a ban, but she's not really winning yet. She has a 5-13 record according to the latest stats of the Storm, as provided by Falendrith. And we have a Genji ban, so the Shimada brothers are no more. Wrong effect. Hello, thanks for joining us. First 2 heroes picked. First 3 heroes. I'm a little behind here. We have Raynor for 1 + 1 = pain, and the response from the blue team is Tyrande, the recently reworked Tyrande, and Li Ming. So lots of poke. You have a ranged stun with Tyrande. You have resets from Li Ming, all that good stuff. Lots of ability damage coming out. Next rotation for 1 + 1 = pain, Sonya and Maiev. Sonya with nice AoE damage up in your face, doing all kinds of high damage things. Solid in the solo lane. Maiev displacing. High damage. 2 quality ultimates. Final ban out of blue team is Diablo. 1 + 1 = pain, hasn't chosen a main tank yet. And the blue team wanted to make sure that Diablo couldn't be it. Alright, we're looking at the final ban of game 1 here. And it will be Phoenix. Phoenix, that high mobility, pokey hero, poke damage hero. Lots of slows coming out. High survivability with that full shield that he has. Alright, Blaze and Greymane are going to be the next to be chosen by the blue team. Blaze, one of the premier off-laners. Gives you a stun, gives you slows, gives you ranged poke damage. Bunker is always something to contend with. And Greymane, one of the premier blow-up heroes in the game, in wolf form anyway.
I will fight to my last breath.
Alright, the team is rounded out on the right side of your screen with Rhaegar and Garrosh. So Rhaegar, very good on this map, can help burn down the Immortals very quickly. Quality heals as well. Lightning Shield is always good. And Garrosh, even more displacement. So with Maiev and Garrosh seeing a lot of displacement on the side of 1+1 equals pain. Final pick of game 1 will be Varian for the blue team. And that's what we're showing, folks. For game 1 on Battlefield of Eternity. A couple of interesting teams here. Tyrande is always fun to watch since she's relatively new to the scene with her rework, so we'll have to look out for that. Alright, so the blue team, we have Snagananes playing Varian, we have Narina playing Li Ming, Blizzard Hero playing Blaze, Ember playing Tyrande, and Greymane we played by Duke of Sky. 1+1 equals pain. We have Tempest playing Garrosh, Woomfy on Rhaegar, Chan Man playing Raynor, Egg Rolls 123 playing Maiev, and Shardy Waffle playing Sonya. Game on as we poured in. See the blue team moving on up to this gate. And 1+1 equals pain. Assembling at the bottom lane gate. With Sonya taking her time.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
Imibo, thank you so much for the 50 bits.
3, 2, 1. We cannot tarry.
Thank you for the recommendation for Stats the Storm. You're welcome. It's an incredibly powerful tool. All thanks again to Falendrith for providing that for the league. It's super cool. And thanks again for the bits. I have my announcements turned off during NGS streams, so I'll just call them out verbally as I see them. Also, keep in mind, everybody, there is a 2-minute delay imposed by the league on stream, so if I don't respond to chat right away, that's one reason why. And we have a pretty big engage right away. Egg Rolls with a nice pull. It's going to lead to a Jimmy Raynor secured kill on Greymane. Interesting 2v1 going on in top lane. It's not something you see every day. With a rotation by 1+1 equals pain. So we have a 3v1 here. Potential pick. There's a pull on Blizzard Hero. Will they make it out? Just over the gate with 190 health. Meanwhile, bot lane. Lots of action there. I see some low health bars. We have some talent choices at the bottom of the screen here, meanwhile. As the blue team starts work on a camp, we have a Garrosh toss on Snagananes. Varian has to take the long trip home here. And more really great displacements by Egg Rolls 123, and that's going to be 3 more kills. We're at 4 kills to 0 in favor of 1+1 equals pain within the first 2 minutes, folks. Egg Rolls 123 making some plays. Top lane has become a little more standard here. And level 4 talents are being picked up by 1+1 equals pain. Let's look at some builds here if there's a moment. Warbreaker into Indomitable for Garrosh. Wolf Run and Healing Totem from Rhaegar. Rainer's giving us Ace in the Hole and Fight or Flight. We have Naisha's Memento and Blade Dance. And Maiev and Sonya is Warpaint Shattered Ground. The blue team also has their level 4s. They're selecting them now. Looks like we have a Taunt Varian as they finish off their Bruiser camp here. 1+1 equals pain, doing some bush meta.
I shall purge your evil from this land.
The objective has begun. The Immortals are spawned. Stun coming out from Toronto, not hitting anybody though. More displacements from Maiev. As 1+1 equals pain defends their Immortal. Sonya going in. Blaze having to dash away there. And the blue team were in full retreat. They turned around. And Tyrande is going to pay the price there. Duke of Sky only 100 health, but Varian is going to be the one to die. So 2 more kills. For 1+1 equals pain as they rotate down to the blue Immortal and start chipping away at it. The race is on, and it's currently being won by 1+1 equals pain. Halftime happened, and now we're into the second stage of this first objective. Blizzard here are going in hard. 2-person stun out of 1+1 equals pain. Sonya and Maiev getting real low. Tempest as well. So for the time being, the blue team is able to keep their Immortal alive. How long will that last? There's a nice Garrosh displacement by Tempest, leading to it. Another kill. And securing the Immortal. First objective goes to 1+1 equals pain. Sonya is going to head on back to top lane to soak more experience. The rest of 1+1 equals pain moves down to bot lane to support the Immortal.
The demon moves for the gates of heaven.
Also, 1+1 equals pain has a 7 to 6 XP lead, so we have level 7 talents showing at the bottom of the screen now. As the bottom lane gate falls, both towers are destroyed. The Immortal still has just a little bit of shield left. Tempest is low, as is Chen. Doesn't necessarily scare Tempest very much, I would imagine, since Garrosh gains armor as his life total falls. And 1+1 equals pain will secure a fort from this first Immortal. Pretty decent value there.
The demon's attack has failed, yet we have not seen the end of him.
1+1 equals pain. Now working on the top siege camp, while Eggrols hangs out in this vent bot. Looks like blue team wants to interact in some way with their opponents here. Blizzard Hero in trouble. Rest of their team to the rescue though. Varian will get credit for the first kill for the blue team. Luffy has to run away with under 300 health. But 1+1 equals pain will go ahead and secure the bottom lane siege camp. Looks like there's a chase. Potential chase on Sonya, but she gets away. So the blue team, looked like they were going to start their camp, but no. They walk away. They see some opportunities elsewhere, perhaps. Both teams sort of tickling their bruiser camps, but not quite taking them. And here we have an invade. 1+1 equals pain. Sees that the blue team is top lane, so they go ahead and move on in. Blue team seems to be completely unaware, except now the camp has been taken. Nice move there by 1+1 equals pain. That's going to be frustrating to deal with in that bottom lane. As the second objective phase begins. Looks like the blue team is going to have to make a play at halftime, perhaps. The problem is, for them, and for blue team anyway, 1+1 equals pain already has their level 10s. They have their ultimates. So blue team can't really go in here without risking more deaths. They're going to go ahead and try to siege top lane just a little bit here. Second immortal is secured rather quickly. 1+1 equals pain, moving in, hoping for a kill or two perhaps before the immortal lands proper. Let's see what these ultimates are. We have Warlord's Challenge, Ancestral Healing, Rainer's Raider, Warden's Cage, and Leap. Blue team defending with 4. You have Blaze bot lane, soaking XP, trying to help the team catch up. 1+1 equals pain, moves in. There's a Garrosh toss on Varian. Warden's Cage comes out. Lots of displacement from Maiev. And Varian will fall. Raynor picking up another kill there. Blaze starting to rotate up here, now that Varian's dead. And a keep is definitely threatened here. The Immortal still has about 50% of its health. Keep taking lots of damage. Looks like it could be the first keep of the game, barring a kill secured by blue team, which they get. Garrosh falls, egg rolls 1, 2, 3. It's pretty low. I don't know if they would have catch anyone. Nice stun by Tyrande on 2 members of 1+1 equals pain. There's a slow out of Blaze. But the remaining members of 1+1 equals pain are able to get away. Hearth back. Now it's the blue team. They've reached level 11, so looks like they're about a level behind. And they secure the siege camp here. One plus one equals pain is kind of spread all over the map now. We have 3 in the bottom lane. Soon to be 4 as Rhaegar enters your screen there. And there was a kill on Maiev that somehow I didn't catch. Surprise kill. Tyrande getting the credit for that. Let's see what ultimates the blue team chose. We have Warbringer, Wave of Force, Bunker Drop, Starfall, and Cursed Bullet out of Greymane. Nice siege damage coming out here from the blue team as they kill top fort. It is 13-12 in favor of 1+1 equals pain, so blue team doing a good job of finding ways to cash in some XP and catch up. They're no longer a full level down. They're going to have 13s here pretty quickly. 1+1 equals pain secures the Roost Camp, and they're looking to start a defense here for round 3. Varian looking around, gets flipped, takes some damage. Nice healing though, stays alive. Bunker comes out. There's the Ancestral as well. Both teams about even in terms of how much damage they've taken. Garrosh will be the first to fall though. Sonya's very low and she gets blown up. That's a 2-for-1 engagement in favor of the blue team. And they've caught up. Both teams are level 13 now. And the blue team secures their first immortal of the game. This is in the 12th minute. However, they're having some trouble in their top lane. It looks like Mercs will go ahead and kill off this top keep. Unless Blaze can work a miracle here. Not quite. So 1+1 equals pain gets the first keep of the match. As the blue Immortal marches along bottom lane here. I heard Cursed Bullet come out. Nice taunt on Eagles 1-2-3 there. But Maiev is slippery and gets away. Blue team does not have Blaze. Blaze is still back in base, clearing minions. Nice charge onto Garrosh is going to result in a Li Ming kill. Sonya, very aggressive out on Tyrande here. Tyrande is able to survive long enough to help secure a kill there. But Tyrande and Sonya both dead. Two members of 1+1 equals pain are down as the blue team continues to pressure. They want to keep. They want to even up this keep count. There are 4 of them. Duke of Sky gets pulled in by Maya. It's able to walk away. 16-15. The blue team has done a great job of turning this around. They were down on experience for much of the early game. They're the first to reach 16 talents. The two teams sort of step away from each other and do some macro, some map work here perhaps. What do we have for level 16s? We have Banner of Ironforge, Mirror Ball, Thermal Protection, Darnassian Archery, and Executioner coming out from Greymane. We're gonna have a fight over this camp, it looks like. I guess not. Blue team didn't want to full-on engage, but Blaze was engaged just enough to get flipped. Bunker comes out. Will that save Blaze's life? It looks like it will. Lots of oil and fire damage coming out. Tempest taking an orb to the face. Teams separate. 1+1 equals pain. Have 2 buildings remaining. 2 blue teams, 1. They're going to go ahead and start attacking the blue Immortal here. As the blue team secures their bruiser count. That will march down bot lane during this objective phase, which is quite good for the blue team. Nicely timed there. But they're going to have to do a lot of catching up here in the second half of this Immortal phase. Cursed Bullet. Oof, that blow up. Tyrande getting credit for that kill. Garrosh also dying, so Sonya and Garrosh are dead. Maiev will fall as well. That was a pretty great engagement there from Greymane and company. Notching 3 kills. That will certainly allow them to secure this objective, one would imagine. As 3 members of 1+1 equals pain are out of the game for the next 14 minutes. Or seconds, 14 seconds or so. 14 minutes would be crazy. Longest death timers ever.
Our triumph brings order to this realm.
Blue team secures the Immortal. They also secure this Merc camp. Nicely done there. So there's going to be quite a bit of pressure here in this top lane. Blue team is also up 18-16 on experience. Things are looking pretty good for the blue team right now. Let's see what kind of defense 1+1 equals pain can mount. They're on the same talent tier, so they should be able to do fairly well here. Garrosh looking for a stun, didn't quite get one. April's hungry to find some kind of displacement opportunity with the tethers. Tempest opting to throw Varian away. And blue team secures this top lane keep. Here's a full-on engage. Ancestral comes out. All kinds of ultimates coming out. And Tyrande will die, so will Varian. Such an incredibly even match here. Blizzard Hero dying. So 1+1 equals Pain will win some team fights. Blue team will come back and win some team fights, and it's just punch for punch, blow for blow so far in this match. Blue team is still up 19-18. They're looking at getting their level 20s first, but they have 3 members dead for another 25 seconds plus. And 1+1 pain equals Pain sees this as an opportunity to maybe get some core damage in or even win. They're all in here, all 5 members attacking the core. They have 10 seconds before the blue team has a full lineup. Sonya getting low, but still alive. Core's down to 50%. It looks like this is going to be GG. We do get 2 kills for the blue team, 3, 4. Only Garrosh is alive. Core's down to 20%. And 1+1 equals Pain just couldn't make it happen. I wonder if we'll see a flow in the opposite direction here now. Captain Snaganaut is leading their team to core to win the game. Interestingly, Blaze is hanging back. But the blue team has 25 seconds now to win the game. And here we go. Should be possible at the 20th minute. Core is down to 60%. Looks like in a turnabout of events, GG for the blue team. Whew, what a crazy finish, back and forth. 1+1 equals Pain made the call. But quite the defense by blue team, wiping 1+1 equals Pain off the map and then hustling across to finish the core themselves. Wow, fantastic match, so even. Just as we could expect from the 5th and 6th place teams here in Division B East. Let's look at some numbers here before we build the next lobby. So, healing Rhaegar with 79k. Tyrande putting out 54. Not bad. Tyrande scoring 4 kills as well. And Li Ming putting out the hurt. 5 kills, only dying once. 71k. So Li Ming notching, Narina notching highest hero damage in Game 1 across both teams. Varian and Blaze absorbing quite a bit of damage. Garrosh. Oh, it looks like Varian absorbed the most damage actually. 64k, dying 4 times though. Garrosh dying 5 times. 61k absorbed. And Maiev, with all those nice displacement plays, ended up with a 2-11-3 line at the end of the game. So 15 kills to 13 in favor of the blue team as they take Game 1 in this 2-game set. Go ahead and give them a point here. And I'm going to bounce back to that stat screen while I build the next lobby. And Yawner's saying, what a game. I totally agree. That's going to be fun to watch again later. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Once again, this is a Division B East matchup between 5th place, the blue team, and 6th place, 1+1 equals Pain. I'll see you on the other side for Game 2. which is going to take us to Sky Temple. All right, it looks like both captains are ready, so we went ahead and fired up the draft for Game 2 between these two Division B East teams. 5th place, the blue team, having won Game 1 versus 1 + 1 equals Pain, 6th place team, currently in the division. So I just want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. Game 1 was a fantastic undertaking. Looking forward to Game 2 being equally crazy. And I'll get rid of my theme music here. Okay, first ban will be Maev. So blue team not wanting to deal with all those tethers, and they saw a lot of them, especially early game. Pretty high impact, facilitating kind of an early lead really for 1 + 1 equals Pain in Game 1. So no more of that. And Urel banned for the 2nd time in a row. Amiibo likes the music, thank you. You know, all the music I play on here, I compose myself. That's a fun fact. If anybody's playing the home game, keeping track of these weird factoids, that's one of them. 2nd ban for the blue team, Garrosh. So, getting rid of some stuff that was working pretty well in Game 1. Making some informed decisions there on the part of the blue team. So 1 + 1 equals Pain chose this map, so maybe they have a little bit of home court advantage. Looking to get that 1-1 draw out of this 2-game contest. As they make their second ban, it's going to be Whitemane. So pretty consistent on the red side of the screen in terms of bans. First pick, Jimmy Raynor. Jimmy Raynor with all that sustained damage. How's Jimmy Raynor doing statistically in Division B East? Let's take a look at that. Just wait for the next pick. Raynor's at a 63% win rate, folks. And he's in 6 out of 10 games, either picked or banned. First pick, Genji with a Tassadar Chaser. On the side of 1 + 1 equals pain. So we're starting to see some slightly unusual machinations on the red side here. Looks like, are we looks like we need to restart the lobby. There's some kind of an error. Someone's game froze. A little bit of a technical problem. I just have to exit the client. So we're keeping the bans and first place Raynor. This is a bit unusual. Trying to work out looks like the person who picked Tassadar actually wanted to Haka.
So it begins.
And so we had some auto picks. Okay. Yeah, and sure enough, there's a missing player. So we will remake as soon as... Okay, Tempest has rejoined. Alright, so the drama. The plot thickens, my friends. See if as soon as both captains are ready, we can restart this undertaking. Ooh. Some magic happening. Good to see the behind the scenes here. We'll keep the same bands. Stay tuned, folks, as we iron this out. Alright, I'm going to bounce to the stat screen just for a moment here as we work this out. Should just be a moment. Thanks for your patience, everybody. We'll get the draft for game 2 restarted here momentarily. So, so here's so the rules say that the draft will continue where it left off, and all prior. Yeah, if a player's right, right, right. Well, I mean, if all right, thanks for your patience, everybody. Looks like we just had to work out how we're going to restart this draft. There was some misunderstanding on where exactly the draft needs to restart from. So it looks like we're going to have all the same bands. Both captains are ready. So let's try this again, shall we? And thanks again for your patience, everybody. I think we have this worked out. So we should see the same bands coming out of both teams. The problem is we had a disconnect and some auto picks on the side of 1 + 1 = pain, so according to the NGS rules that we looked at, you're supposed to resume the draft where it left off, maintaining all the bands that were already there and so forth. We just had to decide at what point the draft officially was interrupted because the blue team had been working on, or still making picks. Okay, yeah, everything looks to be in order there. We should see a first pick Rainer here. Yeah, very good. All right, technology, everybody. And there we go. So we previously had a Genji with a Tassadar, but the Tassadar was supposed to be Dahaka. Tassadar was chosen because of a disconnect. So I think we're back. Everything's as it should be. And it looks like the blue team went with Johanna and Deckard as their response to Dahaka Genji. Alright. So 1 + 1 = pain gets to react to the Johanna Deckard. They go with Malfurion and Phoenix. Looking for maybe an offlaner here. Yep, we see a Leoric in that role probably, and an Azmodan. Azmodan tends to hang out with the 4-player rotation these days, seems. And 1 + 1 = pain picks a Nubarak for their front line, so it's going to be a Nubarak interacting with Johanna there. And that's what we have for game 2, folks. Azmodan could be the pick of the draft. We'll see. The scary hero these days. Okay, and now I'll do the announcements. So, for the blue team, we have Snaganonis playing Johanna, Narina playing Azmodan, Ember playing Deckard, Blizzard Hero on Leoric, and Duke of Sky on Raynor. 1 + 1 = pain. We have Shardy Waffle on Dahaka, Chanman on Phoenix, Woomfi playing Malfurion, Eggrolls123 playing Genji, and Tempest will be playing a Nubarak.
I would prepare for your ceaseless battle, if you wish to live.
If you're just joining us, you'll notice at the top of your screen that the blue team won Game 1 in this 2-game set, winning Battlefield of Eternity. Quite the electric finale of that first game.
All opens in 10 seconds.
And over in the red we have 1 + 1 = pain, looking for a draw out of tonight. Should be a respectable outcome for sure. You get 1 point per victory in the Nexus Gaming series. And here we go. Genji running directly into Duke of Sky there, taking a just a tickle of damage. As these two teams interact in the middle, Narina starting to stack up that Azmodan. The longer this game runs, the stronger Azmodan will become. Blue team rotates down to bot lane where Chanman is working the minions there. Genji rotating down as well. Tempest deciding to hang out in the middle. Malfurion's going to help out with this top lane. Dahaka having a bit of trouble getting very low, but now Blizzard Hero just have to hope doesn't get tongued or something. This could be a kill, and it will be. First blood for 1 + 1 = pain. Alright, what do we have for level 1? Johanna went with Laws of Hope. Asmodan's already up to 42 stacks with Wrath. We have Sapphire, Consume Vitality, and Ace in the Hole again for Raynor. We have Regeneration Master, Tissue Regeneration, Mobile Offense for that stutter stepping style out of Phoenix. We have Celestial Alignment and Swift as the Wind from Genji. Lots of bottom lane pressure here by blue team. 1 + 1 = pain. Secured their siege camp to help out with this defense. Looks like Genji's going to be rotating down here to help with the defense as well. And one tower will fall. Getting some decent siege there on the side of blue team. Experience is 4 to 4. 1 kill to 0 for 1 + 1 = pain, as we saw earlier. 1 + 1 = pain, kind of deep in that lane. Blue team cycled down. Scare them off a little bit. Tempest having to burrow away. Kind of in a dangerous spot there for a moment. But now all is well. Temples are active, so looks like 1 + 1 = pain is going to control this middle temple. Blue team will get shots from the top. Although 1 + 1 = pain is looking to interfere a little bit. 4 members of the red team are in top lane. Actually, all 5 are. Deckard Cain root does not connect with anyone. And 1 + 1 = pain moves on in here. They start getting shots of their own. The team fight is a brewing. Sure enough, Tempest trying to peel for his team, gets several heroes stunned, but will pay the price and die for that. So we're at 1 to 1 on kills now. Nice tongue onto Johanna. Snaganone is walking away though.
My temple's power has been expended.
Look at some building damage here.
Than I believe.
1 tower killed. The entire gate is down top lane for 1 + 1 = pain. And we're at level 7s apiece. Tempest going in, getting a stun on Narina. Genji trying to get a little more damage out. Asmodan has that huge health pool though, so you have to do quite a bit to take that particular hero down. We have a camp invade in the works here. Or a bait. Tempest doesn't want to give it up. Still putting out that damage. Blizzard Hero enters the picture here. And a Nubarak will fall in order to try to secure this. 2 members of blue team very low. Blizzard Hero getting killed by egg rolls. 1, 2, 3. As will Asmodan. Dahaka securing the kill on Asmo.
sun grows.
And that is a successful Merc Camp invade for 1+1 = pain. We have one temple active for this next phase in 15 seconds. 1+1 = pain, having to clear up their top lane a little bit. It's going to be a sore spot for them. Azodan is up to 212 stacks now.
My magic flows through the temples. Guardians.
Looks like the blue team is going to be a little aggressive here, moving in on the siege camp. We can take camps too. Tempest scoping it out. Better be careful there. Just puts out a stun. Just a how do you do. But the blue team will secure that camp. Temple is just waiting to be used. Blue team will do some siege damage first though. On their own. More stuns coming out from Tempest. No follow-up from the team though. Until now, Tempest has 3 teammates. Actually, all teammates are here. Hyperion coming out doing some work. Genji will die. Leoric's Entomb is there. Malfurion also dies. So that's 2 kills for the blue team so far. Tempest in a bit of trouble here. Will burrow, but still surrounded by blue life bars. And that's 3 kills for the blue team. Some Asmodunk doing tons of damage on Chanman. And this fort will die without the help of a laser. So the laser's going to start on middle fort now. Blue team has a 6-3 building advantage now as they begin work on the boss. They're up 12-11 on experience. So we saw a bunch of these ultimates in use. Johanna going with Blessed Shield. There's a nice drag. Johanna pops unstoppable to get out, but is still surrounded by 1+1 = pain. Full on fight over the boss here. Who will secure it? Blue team almost did. Lornado sweeps through. An excellent Entomb. There's also a Cocoon on Raynor. The Hawk down to 200 health. Johanna sees it. 2 kills to 1 so far. Quality root. But Malfurion will die. And so will Phoenix. Genji down to 5 health. Whoa. 4 kills to 2 in favor of blue team. Plus a boss. And we still have temple shots here coming out after all that action. 1+1 = pain, trying to kill this boss as quickly as they can.
And so the light fades from my temple.
Dahaka working the global magic, splitting off, pushing out top lane just a little bit for 1+1 = pain. It's now 14-12 in terms of experience in favor of the blue team, taking a pretty big XP lead after that last boss-related sequence. And they're going to go ahead and take this siege camp again. And it looks like they want to just move along the Bridge of Death here. Bottom keep is pretty low. Woomfy in trouble, getting caught out by Johanna. There's an Entomb catching 3. Phoenix teleports out. Blizzard Hero's pretty low, able to walk away. And down goes that keep. So first keep of the game is destroyed. And 1+1 = pain has their work cut out for them. They are still on, well, no, they were on even talent tiers, but blue team just secured level 16. Narina and Snaganones increasing the lane pressure top just a bit. It's like 1+1 = pain. Sees an opportunity though. They have a cocoon out on Johanna, so Narina is going to be isolated and blown up. Now Johanna is in trouble, has to use Iron Skin. It's no longer available, and she will be deleted as well. That's 2 kills notched by Dahaka. Just like in game 1, we're seeing one team go down a bit, but find some strength and clawing back into the game. All that happened with talent tier disadvantage for 1+1 = pain. So nice vision there, seeing those 2 kills. Kills are 10-7 still though in favor of the blue team. We're trading lasers right now, which is of course favorable for the blue team because they have a 5-2 building lead. When you get a building lead on this map, you can avoid splitting your team up when there are 2 lasers available. Blue team is definitely enjoying that perk right now. 1+1 = pain is back on even talent tiers though, 16-17. Tempest with an aggression, cocoon out on Asmodan. Purification salvo comes out, and there are 4 kills as quick as you please for the blue team, getting revenge for some kills they suffered earlier perhaps. And they're going to go ahead and move on in here. 30 seconds to kill the core. 13th minute. Only Dahaka is alive to defend this. Picks on Jimmy Reyna here. That's not going to be enough to save this core probably. Shield is down. Core health is falling. It's down to 60%. 1+1 = pain is about to res, but it's going to be too late. Core's down to 15, 10, 8, 0. GG in the 13th minute. And that was a decisive move. You see the win condition, you take it. The blue team did exactly that. Game doesn't want to give me a stat screen though, sadly. Okay, there it is. Very quick finish by the blue team there to secure the domination on the night. Just one team fight was all it took. Wow, a pair of electric games, but for very different reasons out of these 2 teams. Let's see if, as we look at the stats here, I'll also pull up the talents for everybody. Let's see if I can get Snaganones to chat with us for just a little bit at the end of this 2-game set. That ended quite abruptly. Wasn't expecting that at all. I'm sure 1+1 = pain weren't either. Send out a message here. And the Richard Gear, thank you so much for the follow. Just trying to set up a little conversation here with Snaganones. the team captain for the blue team. Blue team came in to this match in 5th place. 1 + 1 = pain in 6th, so they widened the gap a little bit with this domination, earning 2 points tonight. Just looking at a couple of numbers here.
Sorry, I didn't hear your message or see the message.
Oh, no problem. And congrats on the, first of all, on the 2-0 domination.
Yeah, thanks. It always feels good. First game was a little nunca, but you know,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Well, let's talk about game 1 a little bit. I wonder if you want to say anything about maybe how your team just kept it together in that back and forth contest.
It was tough, honestly. We were throwing pretty hard with basically not being passive enough in the early game, and then almost being too passive in the later games when we had the full combo, and then just trying to play from behind. It came down to we were just like we had to do something, so we're trying to just look for fights, get a pick with the combo, and then move on from there. And that's kind of what allowed us to come back and get back into fighting.
Right. And how about the double core calls there? I noticed on your way to their core after winning the team fight at your own base that Blaze stayed behind. Was there, like, what was the conversation like for that call?
that was a lot of yelling. So as soon as we finished finishing them off, and you know our core was at what 15% or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we can immediately go to their core because they're all dead, obviously. So I'm yelling core, and they're yelling catapults. I'm like, Blaze can do it. So we only need one person to stay there, and we have strong siege with Greymane and Li Ming. So it was you saw there was a little bit of a hesitation where like 3 of our members went to go clear the lane. I'm like, let Blaze do it. But it was we were definitely pretty heated at that point.
Yeah, I noticed you were quite far ahead of everyone else, leading the charge. So I was wondering what those comms must be like. But yeah. And game 2, I guess we can just talk about the general shape of that as well. It was just kind of proceeding along, and then there was some couple of picks on you guys, and then suddenly what happened?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Like after
what
that,
we were pretty, I guess, out of focus on that top lane when they picked up both me and the Azunan and Arena.
Yeah.
Past that, we were kind of deciding on, okay, well, obviously, as long as the rest of the 3 members get out, we can salvage and stay, have them rotate down to the bot mercs. If they show, have everybody just retreat, make sure we don't stagger deaths. Then that last fight on bot lane, we just saw the opportunity with the Anubarak burrowing in and Genji being right there. I was like, all right, the rest of his team is not here, so let's just turn on Anubarak and kill him as soon as possible. And then we got some good combos with the roots and Azunan dunks and kind of ended it from that.
Right. Yeah. Excellent core call to just finish that game. It was what?
Yep.
13 minutes, 14 minutes. So
yeah, I think it's 14, 15, something like
14 something, yeah. But yeah, so both games though, fantastic. For people who may be unfamiliar with your team and who are watching, did you want to tell us a little bit about sort of how you came together and entered this season? And
yeah. So we played in NGS last season as a team. Narina and Duke and Blizzard are actually all related to me. So at least Duke and Blizzard are related, and Narina's a wife of Duke, and picking up Ember from Friends of Friends. But we played last season, had fun, stayed together, played this season, still trying to have fun and not yell at each other too much. Trying to keep Ember at bay to not troll as much so she doesn't get banned. But that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, in chat, Ember is saying, we didn't keep it together, don't listen to his lies.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, when I say there was a lot of yelling, like, it was a lot of yelling.
That's what familiarity will give you, though, in a team, right? You can be more comfortable with each other in that way. But, well, cool. I won't keep you too much longer. Did you want to give any shout-outs at the end of our broadcast here?
Hey, so, of course, shout out to you for keeping with the casting, especially since we changed the time and you stayed with us. That's awesome. Shout outs to obviously the other team with 1 + 1 = pain and Tempest. I know I'm hoping that with all that fiasco that happened with our draft didn't throw anybody off. I know I was getting a little worried about it, but so shout out to you guys. You guys played well, especially game 1. It was down to the wire. Good luck moving further. And Obviously, to my team, we did okay.
Well-
But yep, that's about it. In Twitch chat, I guess. Joyce
Yeah.
will throw that out. Transeth and Rangafek, who are our subs, but we were able to get Blizzard Hero in. He hasn't been able to play too much, so it's nice to be able to get him to play a game.
Excellent. Well, you came in 5th and you earned 2 points, so you're moving up.
Yep.
What's your, do you know your next game?
This Friday, Hurricane depending, we should be playing against 104, and then obviously the matches for next week.
All right. Well, look out for that, everybody. Highly entertaining team here. So, and hopefully everybody who's involved with potential Hurricane stuff stays safe for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's gonna be a big. Don't take it lightly.
Right. So, best wishes there, and thanks again for joining me for this post-game conversation.
Yeah, thanks for the interview.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Good luck. All right, friends. Well, that's going to conclude this particular broadcast. I can't wait to watch this VOD again. Those were some fantastic games. And my own shout-outs. Let's see. I'll just have to go to here. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. And thanks to Embers here for the follow, and Richard Gear as well. Also, Yawners for the follow, and Himibo, thanks again for those bits. And thanks to everyone for, I know we had a delay here or there today, some technical issues and stuff, but we worked it out. So, but now it's time to keep this NGS train a-rolling. Gonna go ahead and raid. And I'm looking at maybe a Div A game. We have first pick Gazlo GG AFK versus ZZZ. So those are a couple of top of the table teams over there in Div A. So I think we'll just go ahead and ease on over to Elijah Heroes. Yeah, so that'll be it for me for now. And I have more broadcasts coming up, so stay tuned for those. And that's it for me. All right, awkward outro. Doing really great on my outro right now. So, all right. That's not the right outro.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodbye.
This is the one I wanted. The other one's for my regular streaming. So 2-0 domination by the blue team over 1+1 equals pain. Both teams playing very well though in this Division B East matchup. I want to thank Falendrith again for Stats of the Storm. And get ready for that raid.